Welcome back to the Hidden Bricks, where we build, chat, and geek out over Lego. What's going on, everyone? Good to be back.
And we made it. We made it to Friday. How does it feel?
Feels good. It feels good.
Yeah.
It's a good start to the week end.
hmm
That's why they call it weekend.
How was your week?
It was good. I wish it went by a little faster, but
hmm
it's one of those weeks, work weeks.
I
How
know it
about
felt like a
yours?
long one. Yeah, it felt long because my kids are on spring break. I mean, I am working, but they're around a lot more, and they don't have all the stuff to keep them busy. So it just felt extra. This week felt really extra.
Uh, just checking in on the chat. But
hmm
if you're joining us live, appreciate you being here. And if you're listening back on the podcast, welcome in.
Oh yeah. Hey everyone. Hi Frank. Hi Martin, my treasure.
Martin, my
Peter.
treasure.
Yeah, always my treasure.
You
We
know, for
saw Martin
somebody
earlier.
for somebody who's into castle, you sure are more pirate. Are me
Yeah.
treasure.
No, I do have a pirate side now. Definitely. It's on for pirate stuff. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia, Peter,
hmm
Frank, Martin. Yeah, we didn't. It's been hasn't been too long since we seen Martin. Uh, he was on London Calling with Greg, which we both had lovely invites to appear. It was a good time.
It's always so much fun on there. I was sad I couldn't stay for the whole thing, but it's always just a good vibe on there. Good vibe in the chat, good vibe with the guests. So, Greg, you can have us on anytime.
Anytime you hear that, anytime.
Anytime. Oh boy. So yeah, how do you feel about our little topic for tonight?
Oh, I feel it. I feel like every AFOL or Lego fan, more collector or whatever you want to call yourself, feels.
Yes.
You
Very
get to
relatable,
that.
this one, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, you get
Yeah.
to a point. You do get to a point, and I think we've had a couple of discussions with some of our friends in the chat over the course of the week about this topic as we rolled it
Mhm.
out. So,
Yeah. I know it's a tough one. I feel like whether you started as an adult getting into Lego, I mean that's the scenario you and I are both in, right? We didn't really have it a lot as kids, or you collected it as kids and then kind of had a dark ages. But getting into it now is tough because there is so much. Like Lego is offering so much, it's kind of overwhelming, right? So it's hard getting back into it. The Lego Team B has a different feeling about the London Calling. Good, I'm gonna pull this one up here. Good vibe in the chat. Vomit face from Lego Team B. Oh, that's funny. And Brendan Montgomery, bonjour from Quebec. There's another Canadian in the house. That's
welcome.
exciting. Welcome. Welcome,
Yeah,
everybody.
so
Hi,
tonight's
Joel.
tonight's topic is if you haven't seen the title already, collecting versus letting go. You know,
Yeah.
pretty much every Lego collector says the same thing. I'm never gonna be selling my set or getting rid of my set, and then shelves fill up, space
Yeah.
runs out, and
Well, the
until
shelf
that.
shelf space is a big one. That's a big
Yep.
driver of that, I feel like, and storage space, right? If you don't have space in your home. I feel like we start out kind of wanting a little bit of everything. Is that how it started for you when you first got into it? Were you like dipping your toe in every theme, or
Oh,
what
we're
did you
we're
do?
just we're just rolling into it now. Okay, we're gonna get right into it.
Oh, what did you want to say?
No, no, no. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. That's no. Wow. Yeah. So when I started collecting, you get into. I don't know if it's like this for everybody, but here's my take on it. I got a couple of Star Wars sets, built them, and then just the build experience and how enjoyable it was kind of got me hooked. And then I find myself, well, I need more sets. Like it didn't have to be the big sets. 'Cause I wasn't even tackling the more expensive sets like a Rivendell or like a Barad-dûr or
Oh, sure.
any of the
Mhm.
modulars yet. Keyword yet. But it was going with like the smaller Star Wars sets, like the Darth Vader helmet, the uh, the diorama sets, a lot of the play sets too, which I haven't built any of the play sets that I initially bought because I didn't know how to display them or I
Because they're
didn't know
small.
because they're small. I
Yeah.
liked the minifigures, but the builds are smaller. Where am I gonna display them? So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of how it started for me. It kept progressing. How was it? Was it similar for you as well?
It was similar for me. But I am going to just highlight this for us before I. Austin says, one more bonjour. And we have to sing Beauty and the Beast, right? That's correct, Austin. That's how it works. Too many bonjours, and we're in a Disney movie.
Bonjour. All we need is a Gaston.
Um, yeah, I love Gaston. Yeah, well, I don't know. I started out just, it was all for my kids. I got my kids Lego, and it felt like a bonus that I got to build it for them. And and the first set I got myself was a medieval blacksmith. And back then it felt like I could only allow myself to have a set if it was like an occasion like my birthday. I was like, I'll get this, one set a year or something like that. But I didn't go crazy in the beginning. I know that's a common thing. Like a lot of people will just get really excited and buy a big haul from Marketplace or, a few different sets across a few different themes and sizes and things. And I kind of just got a few to start with. But then when I did get more into it, I went full on. I got like Barad-dûr and Rivendell the same day. I just didn't stop after that, right? So I guess a little bit different. I didn't necessarily buy a bunch of themes all at once in the beginning. I did stick to a little bit of the fantasy theme. But I was buying a lot of different themes for my kids at the time, which hasn't really changed.
So, were you living vicariously through your kids with purchasing your kids' sets versus getting them for you?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, before I bought the blacksmith for myself, I was trying to convince them they really wanted it. I was like, "You want this, right? You like forging swords? Like this is up your alley." And then I was just like, "Fine, I'll just buy it for myself." But
Use your birthday money.
yeah, yeah, use your birthday money for Mummy's blacksmith. I know. So, yeah, but I did pace myself. But you're saying maybe you got a little bit of everything and if weren't quite sure what to focus on. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
You tend to I don't know. We're gonna get more into that as we progress in with the topic with how it's going for us currently,
Hmm. Yeah.
or I should say me. You know, um, currently, because you're probably gonna poke fun at some point in this episode. I know.
I can't see myself doing that. Look what Frank's saying here. Oh, it's with no sadness. Sorry, I read that wrong. I thought you were full of regret. It is with no sadness and little regret that I'm letting go of Star Wars sets. We spelled it Star Wars. And
Swartz, actually, Swartz sets. Swarts.
mm,
Swartz.
well, you had this problem, right? Because Star Wars is just a black hole of a theme, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's a good theme, but there's so much of it. But I feel like Marvel can be that way.
Oh, true.
A lot of the bigger IPs that you tend to
Mhm.
see reoccurring sets, smaller set builds, bigger set builds, kind of recurring all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know how many Hogwarts buildable castles are we getting. You know, but if you like your theme, that's not putting any of the themes down. If you like Star Wars, do Star Wars. If you want Hogwarts and Harry Potter, do that. If you like Marvel and DC, do that. I'm sure Kevin's in here, he's gonna be like, yeah, right. So um,
I know, but
yeah,
some of
it's
those
just,
themes are just so, there's so much. Like
yes. There,
Harry Potter, right?
when I
Yeah,
dove in, I was getting Harry Potter sets, I was getting
hmm
Star Wars sets, I was getting Marvel sets, I was getting them all because I'm into basically everything, and I think that's a big problem is when you're not, if you're not just focused and say, you know what, I can let everything go, focusing on Star Wars, or I'm focusing on Harry Potter, or I'm focusing on Marvel. You know, it's a
Yeah,
little easier to kind of collect all the small sets, but even then, I don't. Some of the people that we know aren't getting the smaller sets as much anymore, or they're getting
yeah.
certain sets. You know, so
Well, it is, the displayability is a really good point. I think that's why I tend to buy larger sets, which is very hard on my wallet, but it is tough to display those little sets. And actually, that's a regret I have. I do regret that started opening and building some of my GWPs.
oh, what's this? What's Martin got over here?
Well, there's a lot of
Yes,
deals going down in the chat. People are trying to offload their collections already.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the if you are unloading a set, or if you're deciding to let go of a set, it's always good to reach out to the community, because there are
Mhm.
people that are looking for certain sets that they might not be able to get anymore. You could talk, you could trade. Um, just, just it's an idea versus going
Yep.
to like a bricks and minifig. And that's not to say don't do that, because you can do trades with them and stuff. But I don't know. But you got also got to be realistic on what you're gonna get back. So don't think that you're sitting on a set and it's like, oh, it's brand new. It's gonna go for this. I
hmm
mean, sometimes it can, yeah, absolutely. But if you need to part with it, or I guess that's another thing too. You could part out the set too if you really can't unload it. If you have a lot of the
Well,
smaller sets, so
that's what Frank's saying here. Frank's going to send all his Star Wars to you. Uh, but to Mav, it becomes precious sets. To M, it would become inventory brick pieces. And people
uh,
do, right? You have a set that's not worth selling, you can just, merge that into your inventory of parts. That
mhm.
is a route you can go. Hmm
Operation Find Mav a Tortuga set.
Who's doing that for you? Oh, yes.
Appreciate that, Frank. That's long. That's pretty much gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that for you. That's a tough one. See, that Bricklink fever gets me every time.
It happens, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, it does. Yeah. Um, yeah, so you get to a point where you focus on some themes and you try to say no to stuff. Does that happen for you?
saying no to stuff is a
Hmm
lot harder than you make it sound. I could be like, yeah, yeah, easy, easy, done. I'm gonna say no to that, but your mind
It is.
kind of like thinks, and you find reasons on how you can make it work, or why you need it. It's not. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not so good. But
hmm
I think the biggest problem that I have is I'm really into the pop culture. I'm really into everything. So, for instance, like if I see a set, like I liked the Nike set, the very first one, the Dunk, right?
Oh boy, that
And
wasn't
I
even
have
on my
that, but
radar.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but like Back to the Future,
Yeah.
DeLorean sold. Um, the brickheads for the having Doc and Marty. I found those at the Boston Brick Co. Used, got
hmm
those. I probably paid more money than what they were new for them, and they were already built. So um, there's kind of the downfall with it as well. So I tend to like, oh, that fits my kind of like niche, like
Yeah, a lot
oh,
fits into
oh,
pop culture. A
Star
lot.
Wars fits in, Harry Potter
Yeah.
fits in,
Yeah.
Marvel, or the like Avengers tower, or should I say, Amazon Tower, as Greg put it.
That was great. I'm
Martin,
gonna
you
call
were
it
there.
that for now on. That was good.
Amazon Tower.
Amazon Tower. I love that. Yeah, so many things. And then, of course, the sets that are releasing now that are really tugging at that nostalgia for people our age is that's making it harder for you, I imagine. You know, the movie-based ones, even
Yeah,
things
it's
like
like
Stranger Things, right? Because that whole show was, you know, about pop culture nostalgia stuff. So, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you're in
anything.
trouble. You are
Yeah,
really in
anything.
trouble there.
I feel like it's really hitting us right now,
Hmm.
and I feel like this could be a recurring trend, like down the road for Lego. So like, this it's really resonating with our generation. You
Yep.
know, anyone in the '80s, '90s, 2000s, right? It's gonna
Yep.
start going that direction, and then it'll go for the next generation where
Yeah.
all the stuff that was kind of nostalgic to them is gonna pop up. The movies and uh, video games and all that. So
Absolutely. I think this is an interesting point Frank makes here. I'll pull it up. For the first time, he says he's been wanting other themes just because of the minifigs. So, you know, this is a lure, I think, too, right? If you really value minifigs, buying sets for those. Is that
so
something?
so do you get the sets for those, or do you just, like, let's say it's a $200 set and you get four minifigs? What's the value of those four minifigs, right? Should you just be better off going to like Bricklink and looking for them and buying them separate, or trying to find somebody who might not want the figures and you buy the figures, if you're not really gonna display the set?
Well, so this is unpopular, what I'm going to say, but I don't really care about the minifigs that much in
Okay,
sets.
so that means you
So,
can send all
so
the
thanks for
Lord of the
coming out,
Rings
guys.
figures. Send all the Lord of the Ring figures. Um, Lord of the Ring
Oh,
figure.
hang on. Oh, hold it. No, okay. So,
No, you
yeah,
said you said you said I don't care about the figures. I'll need the eagle from Thank, please. And
I have that eagle.
I know you
I don't
do.
have Orthanc, but I have that eagle. I know. Okay, so there's some exceptions, right? Some of the Lord of the Rings figs are beautiful, but I've never bought a set for figs, and I actually find the figs, depending on how many there are in a set, they make a set look a little cluttered. So, so
Depending on the
sometimes,
size too, right?
sometimes I just sweep them all in behind the set and on the shelf, and they're just in a little pile back there. And no, well, I guess everybody knows now, but um, nobody knows, and it looks great. I think then the set looks really nice without all the cluttery figs on it.
It does. It
So
does.
it's
Well,
not gonna be. This is not gonna go over well.
um,
Oh,
oh no, it does look because Rivendell on my display, I don't have any of the minifigures in there.
yeah, you keep it tidy. And also
And
time out. No, that comment from Team B
oh, do you want me to
because
bring that back up? Okay,
yeah,
I'll bring it back up.
because well, I do care about figs when there's just a fig. So Team B, they're in Australia. They sent me the Drop Bear Night minifig from the recent convention there, which was amazing. It was a beautiful fig and it was specific to that convention. So you can only get it if you've got wonderful friends there. That is precious to me as a standalone fig. I have it up on display. But so I guess I value figs just on their own, some of them. But Cynthia doesn't care for what I said at all. As a fig collector, I'm like, what? I know, I know. There are some exceptions to what I just said, but I just would say generally overall, if a set has terrible figs, but I like the set, I'm unbothered. And I probably wasn't going to display the figs anyways. So I'll just leave that there.
I'll just pin it for later.
Yeah,
Um,
please.
Everybody, if you wanna give any feedback on what you think about figures and sets, or if you value a minifigure over the build or the build over the minifigure, we'd like to hear your feedback. Just
Mhm.
drop it in the comments. You could tag the Hidden Bricks, tag brick.maiden on Instagram, or mav_bricks on Instagram. So
Mhm. Yeah. Uh, but you value figs, right? That's a big deal for you.
I wouldn't say I necessarily value like specifically 100% value them, but I do find there is value with the figs because I do feel like having figs does make a set better. Um,
Mhm.
but I would like it to be more detailed figs. I know, obviously,
Yes.
it's we can nitpick all the time. In the end, it
Hmm.
is Lego. It is a toy. It is plastic, and or it's not really plastic. What is it? Oh my goodness, what's the? Well, it is
Why does it
plastic,
have a
but
special material?
it's a
Special name?
special plastic. But I lost the words on what it is. I don't think it's a PLA plastic or
I'm sure
ABS
somebody will
ABS
tell us.
plastic. Sorry, ABS. Thank you.
Oh, there, Martin got it too.
Yep, yep. I
Yeah,
was
Schoolhouse plastic.
my brain was trying to catch up to what I was trying to think of. So
But you're right. There are some amazing figs. I guess that's the problem, right? You're right. We kind of nitpick and we get spoiled by some sets that have amazing figs, and we get a set with underwhelming figs, and yeah, they feel less displayable. But yeah, you get to that point where you have a lot. I think that's the point you and I are both at. You have more than me, for sure,
yeah, and
but we both have good collections.
I'm getting to that point where like I have a bin of the smaller Star Wars sets, actually two bins full, and I think I'm not gonna build them. Like, and there's some
Oh, like they're in box still.
when when have you ever met me with anything that's not new in box?
Well, you built the sets behind you. You know what? When you said a bin, I imagined you just threw a bunch of built sets in a bin. But
No,
you
no,
meant
no.
that, yeah,
Tote like
yeah, a tote.
a nice tote. It's
Hmm.
labeled. I put the it's all marked out so I know what's in it.
Sure.
But I mean, there are a lot of small, like a lot of the original Mandalorian smaller sets, a lot of the, just the clone battle packs, all that stuff. So, because at one point I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to build a clone army, just like everybody else. Like,
Yes.
but I'm like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do with like 1,000 clone troopers after I? It's cool to build and display it, but then you have to kind of store it afterwards. So
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So those are in a bin, and you figure that's something you could sell.
yeah, I guess I could. It's it is tough. It's easier to say it than to actually do it. Um, but yeah, I will start. I'm starting to get rid of sets that I don't think I'm gonna build or display, or will be displayable, or will make any sense in the collection now. So
I mean, that's fair. Well, somebody suggested they thought you had a storage unit. Who was that? Oh, Frank. Frank thought you had a storage unit. What a game changer that would be.
well,
Um,
I do have a big closet that is upstairs that is dedicated strictly to um, you know, all the sets that I have that are unbuilt, my strategic brick reserve as I
yeah.
call it. So,
Well, that could be a new goal for me because I did claim this room for this purpose
I mean,
after
if you're looking for some Star Wars sets,
I'm
I could
not.
send you some Star Wars sets.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I can't go down that road. I like
I'll
what
just send
Martin
it to you.
says. No, or a shed. Okay, I can't find it now. Martin was talking about how if he couldn't buy sets due to space restrictions, he would continue to buy minifigs, particularly the CMFs. But what made me think of is I find those are also a little bit hard to display. I haven't really figured out how I'm going to display all the different series. Right now, they're just in different storage type places, but I do value some of those minifigs from the different series. But again, do they just end up in like a bin or a tote, right? Well, because you're not really sure you want them, but you're not really sure where to put them. Oh, the Luke's land speeder, Wayne.
Wayne's always going to bring up. So for everybody listening on the podcast, I have a UCS. Luke's land speeder that I am not probably going to build on. I think I'm going to just part with, and it's just been sitting there. So before I rearranged my room, it was kind of behind me on the bottom shelf because I had a lot of my strategic brick reserves
Mhm.
down on the shelves. But now that I've moved the room around and I reorganized the closet upstairs, you know, I decided I decided it's time for it to go.
Yes,
Uh,
but how do you decide when to sell that? Do you have to wait for,
I don't know. Well, if somebody really wants it and then they say, "Hey, I'm looking for it," I'd rather do that way than just try to find and
yeah.
just give it away for no reason. Or
Mhm.
I could just part it out. You know, if it's nothing, I do I do need parts for my city. So, what's this? I'm trying to.
Well, they
So
want to see your closet. I don't know about
So
that.
what I'm gonna do is I'll take a snapshot. Well, it's actually two closets. So I got a photo of the one, and while I'm on here, I'm gonna put it to my story. So that way everybody can go to my story
Hmm.
on Instagram and take a quick sneak peek. So it'll be up there for 24 hours. So unfortunately, if you're listening to this after on the podcast and it's not up, I do apologize. I'll throw it up at some point again. So, uh, so are you redefining on what you're purchasing now? Like, do you have like an idea? Because I know before you had this. So it doesn't necessarily have to go with what you already have. It could be that wish
Yeah.
list. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Do you find that you're altering your wish list based on space, based on like change of like your collection?
Absolutely. Well, in the beginning, I didn't go full in and buy all the themes that I wanted, but there were lots of themes I was excited about. I did want to collect Harry Potter. I wanted to collect Disney, yeah, castle fantasy stuff, space. I kind of went all over the place. I considered buying vintage sets. I just didn't actually do any of it because of lack of money. But now, yeah, I'm trying to prioritize buying sets that I think I have space for, that I could display right away. And I can't buy a lot, so I don't have a backlog. I don't think I'm going to have one for a while. So I'm trying to buy sets that I'm going to build right away and then put on a shelf and just, and just have them there. Um, but it's hard because, yeah, new stuff is always coming out, right? So there are some tempting things. I've been tempted recently by like some architecture sets I didn't think I would ever buy, and the pirate stuff I didn't think I would get into. So I think that's the problem is there's more than ever now with Lego. You think of all the themes and IPs and things available. Um, Even when you narrow it down, I think you kind of never know what's coming, and you might have to reevaluate, kind of as you go.
I think that's I think settling into the hobby now, I am more aware of what I need to do to kind of, I don't know, curate my collection. I think that's a good word for it, or to
Mhm.
redefine how I'm going to go about, kind of moving forward with the collection. And actually, honestly, you know what also sparked this? I'm gonna do a quick shout out. Jean's version. She
Oh yeah,
was. I think you've seen it too, because I think you messaged. I saw her posting some stuff that she was selling, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
is this like second? Like, is this like a second set? No, she was just clearing out a lot of the sets she just wanted to move
Mhm.
on to. Um, and I think that's good. That's kind of refreshing. That like, yeah, we get to a point where space becomes limited, where maybe a set that we did love at the time or like at the time just doesn't feel right on the shelf anymore, or doesn't feel right with the collection. So
Well, when you're looking at how you're gonna kind of, scale yours down, are you thinking about Does displayability and how you want your room to look factor in?
Yeah, it does because I don't want a whole bunch of small sets just squeezed into the shelf just to have space on it. I kind of
Yeah.
like it to have flow or to have like kind of a look. If I had a bigger room, it wouldn't be a problem, right? I think that's like the ongoing kind of battle that we struggle is we can have a whole house, right? Eventually you'll fill it, and then you'll be
Yeah.
like, what am I gonna do now? So,
Well, I upgraded my space. I had, when I first started this account, I had a small Lego room inside. Never thought I could outgrow that room. I was like, this is plenty for me. And then, uh, and then it didn't work. Really quickly, it was too small, especially for everything I wanted to do. So, yeah, you get more space. And now I'm in this bigger space I moved into last year, and I can see it getting small quickly. I can see how that happens. Look at the Lego
yeah,
Team B. Sorry, forget FOMO, embrace FOSB, the fear of something better.
well, it's true. And then let's let's talk about the size of the sets that are coming out that
Oh
you
gosh.
want, right?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
it's like, would you have ever thought that there was going to be a big Rivendell like that before it came
Mm,
out?
that's true. I know. Well, the height and the length, especially some of the Bricklink ones. I mean, I do currently have a problem where I need to buy another shelf for some of those
Shh.
ones that I've got.
You look like
Shh.
you're like
Just
shh.
like,
It's like she has she has a fear of shelves because she was attacked by one when she was building
that's
it.
true. Yeah, you're right. It's just nervousness. It's a bad word.
I think
Yeah.
Frank remembers that post that you did, and
Well, Frank made a mock of me,
that's right.
where after the shelf had fallen on me, and the mock had blood in it and everything. He gave it to me at Brick World. That was so sweet, Frank. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did give it to you at Brick World. So
I
is it
have
proudly
it.
display? You got to
Yeah,
proudly display it on one of the shelves behind you now.
I should. I actually should do a post about it because it was a really well done mock. And
But you gotta do a comparison with the pictures too.
well, that's true. I didn't take any photos of me lying down. Yeah, there was a lot of blood, Wayne, in both real life and the mock. So he nailed it. Um, yeah, I need another shelf. Um,
That's a
but,
common AFOL term right there. I need another shelf. Stat.
yeah. And then Ron says, I wish I was able to do that, Am. I think he's talking about not buying stuff, like just buying certain things from a little bit, maybe a couple minutes ago.
Or
I
you could
was
just buy
talking
a
about that.
UV printer, right? Right, Ron?
Oh, yeah, I saw that, Ron. That's exciting. I
That's
don't know
gonna
the
be
first thing about those, but that's really cool.
that's gonna be fun.
Mhm.
Make all your custom pieces and part printing. It's nice.
So, okay, so a difference between you and I is I do say no to a lot of things for sets. Um,
Here it
and what,
comes.
so I'm being very careful. What? No, I don't need to be careful. This isn't a mean,
You're
not
gonna
being
hear
mean.
Lego Team B come in and be like, just tell it how it is. Don't be careful. Just Mav.
What? What makes it hard for you? What makes you get things and makes it hard for you to say no to some stuff?
Because I was told no as a kid.
Oh, I see. You're overcoming your childhood restrictions.
It's like all psychology. No, um,
Take that.
uh,
Take that, mom
take
and dad. I got my
take
adult
that.
money now.
Just take. I got adult money, and if I can't afford it, I put it on a credit card. No, I'm just kidding.
I got adult credit cards.
Just imagine going to the Lego store. You're like, yeah, I want the new large Pokemon set. Give me a second Rivendell, another Barador, um, and they'd be like, and then you just hand them like five credit cards. I don't know which one works. Just
Just
take
try
one.
one.
Just try
Yeah.
one. No, it is hard. It's because I think there's so it's not like a fear of missing out because obviously if something comes out new, you have time to get it. I think what really gets me is and gets a lot of people too, and you can relate, is when there's a set you've been tracking or really wanting, but it's the price is kind of like, "Well, I just can't pull the trigger on that, right? All of a sudden, you wait, and then it's going to retire soon, right?
Yeah.
So, or a bunch of sets retire, and then you're like, I got to get this, I got to get that. Like what happened to Lion Knights?
Well, I
Lion
know.
Knights, and then Medieval Town Square. I was like, oh, it retired already. Barnes and Nobles had it. Boom, grab it.
Yeah.
What was it like retailing for? Like what, 250 at the time?
But sorry, Line Nights?
No, 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 no. Medieval Town Square or
Oh, medieval
219,
tower.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So,
Well, okay. Yeah, the retirements get me like panicking, absolutely, because I do tend to wait. But you get things sooner for sure. You don't have a lot of panic buys, I don't think.
I don't have too many panic buys. Larger sets I do. Certain sets that I know that I've wanted and I already know that I wanted, I get. So,
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Oh, thanks, Jedi Brickman. Smash that like button. Thank you, sir.
oh yes, a reminder to everyone who's in here. Thank you, Jedi Berkman, for reminding us. If you're in here, please give us a thumbs up and also ring that bell so you can get reminders on when we come back on our lives on Friday.
Yes, and thank you for the reminder about the D&D set, Martin, which I now know is retiring in July. So I will be securing that beautiful building for myself. Thank
It's
you.
already retired.
So let's start. Ron
Uh,
missed out on Gringotts, and I did too because I kept waiting. That's real. Because the problem is, it's a wave of retirements. So if I wait on a bunch of them, I can't panic buy them all. And yeah, and I did miss out on Gringotts as well. I knew it was retiring, but I had other stuff I had to get that was also retiring. So yeah,
and not
common
to
problem.
mention your Bricklink sets that you forget and the charge
Oh,
just comes through and you're like, oh, no. And
yeah.
so does that ever affect you too? Like, let's just say you you ordered the Bricklink sets, right?
Yep.
And then you're going through and you feel like you have a budget, and let's just say Gringotts, right? It was like, how much was that? CAD.
500 and something Canadian.
Yeah. Okay. So say you're saving up for that, and then you're like, I'm gonna pull the trigger on that, but then the day before you go to the Lego store, that charge comes out from that Bricklink set,
Oh, I know. I
right?
know.
It's kind of deflating. You're like, oh, I forgot about that. Like,
Well, so I do calculate it. I do
you
try to
try,
calculate it.
you try.
Well, I do try to kind of know. I just wasn't anticipating middle of the year here, just getting hit so hard with many things. So, yeah, I know that's a problem. That is a huge problem. I mean, I think it's good that the BDP stuff you kind of have to get because I may not get them. But then sometimes there's things like last year I bought a white whale set of mine, and that was unexpected. I just saw a really good price for it. So that was a purchase I had not anticipated getting that year, and it was kind of a bigger one. So then sometimes finding a deal like that kind of bumps that to the top of the queue over other things, and
Yep.
then makes you panic later on. Yeah,
I get that.
yeah, yeah.
Ghostbusters Firehouse. Yep.
But yeah, that was your white whale. That's a good
That was
one.
my white whale.
Yeah,
Now
that
that
was a good one.
so if sorry, we're getting a little bit off topic,
Side quest.
which we normally do with these side
Mhm.
quests. Um, what about your white whale set now that you already have? So you already have the white whale set that was the top. So
Yeah.
now that you've gotten that, what's your next white whale?
I
Because
don't know if I'll
obviously
actually get this.
it just trickles down.
It does, yeah. You start to think about, okay, what now? I don't know if I'll get this, but the one that's probably most tempting for me is the original Eldorado set to put beside the new Eldorado set
Oh
because
yeah, with the raised
the
base plate.
base, yeah, the raised base. It looks fantastic. Like it's a really nice. I'm not going down a big vintage road because I just can't afford it, and I don't love all of the, like they're good, but like it's just a lot. There's a lot you could get. So that one feels like it's great to display and it would look really nice next to that. Alternatively, I've been tempted by the original medieval blacksmith again. Just,
I
about
found
the
one
size
on
of the one.
Marketplace, on my
Did you?
Marketplace,
Uh-huh.
135 US.
US?
135
Really?
US. Yep.
Was this recently?
It is recently. Yep.
Like, was
I
it
was
today?
it was a couple days ago, but yeah, I can see if it's still available.
Oh gosh. Uh, yeah.
Your white whale is
Maybe.
Gringotts.
Oh, okay, Ron's white whale is Gringotts. Yeah, I mean, your white whale doesn't have to be an old set. It could be something
No,
you just
that's
kind of missed out on.
I think that's probably like especially a
That's a
set
good
that
one.
you yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's how I felt
Uh,
a little bit about Moss Eisley's Cantina early on because that was like a
oh,
set
sure.
that retired and I couldn't find and it just retired.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to find it at Boston Brick Co. for the normal retail price, brand new.
Oh, okay.
So
And so you got Firehouse, Ghostbusters Firehouse. And so what's yours? What's your next?
uh, that's a good question. That is a good question. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't call it like a white whale set, but there's sets that are retired that I want. So I'm assuming that, you know, I have a city. I like movies. I like pop culture. I want Palace Cinema
Oh, yeah, boy.
because I know it's not
What?
really like a higher end modular like Town Square, you know, or Greengrocer or Cafe Corner. But
And what's the retail on that right now?
I don't know. I'd have to check. I think I've
Yeah.
seen it like 350 on Facebook Marketplace. So
Okay. I mean, that's the problem if you have a city and you missed out on the early modulars. Yeah, those are
I'm
tempting, right? To get in your
I'm not
city.
fully going back, but like
Yeah.
there's certain ones that I want. Like I definitely want Palace Cinema, the Detective's Office. Um, if I could get the downtown the diner, that'd be kind of
Mm-hmm.
cool because I like that
Yep.
retro
Yeah.
50s. I just think that's
50s.
just
Yeah.
kind of cool. But
Mhm.
the town hall would be nice, but I don't necessarily need it. So
So I have a friend, Canadian friend, who used to be on Instagram. His account was Emmett's Toy Chest. His name is Alex. Cynthia will know him. Well, Cynthia knows him very well. So he reaches out to me every couple months to remind me that he still has all of the original Lord of the Rings sets for me to purchase whenever I'm ready. And
do
I
it.
think about that every week. I think about that. It's my Roman Empire now. Well, oh, it's
I
so
mean,
tempting.
you need Blackgate. That because that even though that's not the most, you know, a lot of those builds weren't that great, right?
They weren't.
It was
No,
the
I know.
figures. Aragon from Blackgate um, is amazing. I think the white Gandalf was from
Well, I have a lot of those figures. I just don't have the
right.
sets.
I know, but the set would be
Yeah,
nice to go. But I
but the
feel
sets
like
would
you
be
could.
nice.
I feel like if you already have the figures, you could definitely find the sets or part it out, and it'll be a lot much cheaper to
Oh, I
complete
see
that
them
set.
buying them completed. Yeah,
Hmm.
there's some that are tempting, like Helm's Deep would be great, the Black Gate.
Well, I think Helm's Deep would be the only one that I would.
I'll pull it up here. Lego Team B says, Mav, you've listed every modular.
No, I didn't.
Sorry to
I
say
didn't.
you're going all the way back.
I said some of the old modulars, but I said I'm not gonna go back and get Cafe Corner or
Mm,
Greengrocer. It's only three I really want.
just three.
Just
Just three
three.
old modulars.
Three old
Oh,
modulars.
yeah. And of course, we all said always comes up about Vader's castle. Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah, M needs
Someday.
Vader's castle adjacent Star Wars collection. That'll be her if she gets Vader's castle. It'd be her castle adjacent set and her very first Star Wars set on display in her room.
Yeah, first and only, I think. Yeah, we get that. Just say that's all, folks. Just that one.
What is
Nothing
it?
else.
Why do I feel like it is decided? That's just what Lego Team B is doing to me right now. Nope. You're
Yeah,
going
they're
back.
pressuring you.
Settled.
You're going back. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so I can't think of anything I would sell of mine. I would sell a lot of the stuff my kids have, but that feels mean, for them. But I would, uh, and I
You're
and I
gonna be the
think
mom when they're grown up. Be like, I'm gonna sell all your Lego, or she's just gonna pick and break them apart and part them out because she's gonna be like, all these spare parts I could use
I
for
need
castle
this.
builds.
Yeah, but they bought a lot. Yeah, yeah. So Austin got it. I was just about to say,
Minecraft
there
is
was
a
a time my
mess.
kids got into the Minecraft stuff, and I find it, I hate to say the sets often feel like something that they could have built with the bricks that we already have, but they wanted the figures. They wanted the Minecraft figures. And then those don't seem to stay together like their other sets. The Minecraft sets are just in pieces. So those I would sell if they were worth anything, but yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything I would sell that's mine that I've bought in the last few years. I really can't. Everything I have is just perfect, and I don't want to
Everything I
sell
have
it.
is just perfect. This topic doesn't relate to me at all. Life is good. Where's the butterflies flying out and the birds chirping? And
Oh, but you're not selling anything urgently either, right?
well, not urgently, but I have sets put aside that I know that I'm not going to build. So I just have to
Okay.
decide what I'm going to do with them. Or if somebody in the community says, hey, I'm really looking for this set, like just, you know, and Brendan, yeah. I do like when people create their own modulars. It's really nice when they,
You've done that.
and I've done that with a couple of them already. Like I do like taking smaller sets. I think a lot of the Creative 3-in-1s I got some of them. I think I got the Noodle Shop. I want to make that into a its own little modular.
That's
Certain
cute.
but certain modulars I don't really want to take apart and like rebrickable. Use rebrickable to make them different. So, if I had a
Well, and
second one, I would definitely do that. So,
and Brendan, you have to have a fair amount of skill to do this, which I don't have. So I won't be mocking anything. But for those that can, I agree. I mean, that would be really fun to make your own buildings. You've done a nice job with, can't remember, I saw of yours, like the Lego store, I think.
I
And
did my own Lego store because
yeah.
obviously I didn't even know they had a Bricklink one when I got back into the hobby
Mhm.
and wasn't really too much into the modulars yet. I think the police station was my very first one. So I do
Yeah.
like I do like adjusting certain modulars though, and I'm starting to like building more as I'm getting. I wouldn't say skills, more comfortable. Because the more
Mhm.
you build, like I think we discussed this, the more you build, the more techniques you learn from different sets that you apply to kind of like your mocks. So
I agree with that. And you have a lot of parts, which helps, right? And that's a goal of mine is to kind of build up my parts
I just keep
inventory.
hitting every week. I check the pab. Every Friday, I just check the pab. If they have something different, I'll grab it. If it's plates are always something I need. So,
Road stuff? Is that road stuff?
well,
Road
not
plates?
just in general, well, mills, because even if you're
Oh,
not,
sure. Yeah.
mills plate, make it
Yeah.
sturdy. So,
That's something I'd like to do more of. I haven't done a mills on anything. I want to do the lighthouse. That's one that interests me. Yeah,
uh,
I've just never done it. But is it a pain once you build the set?
as far as
Putting it on mills.
already building it, it's
Mhm.
not too bad, but yeah, it gets, you might have to do some, repair to the bottom when you're trying to
Did
take
you
it.
mills the lighthouse after you'd built the lighthouse?
No,
Oh,
before,
okay.
while
Yeah.
I was doing it, 'cause that
While he
was
was
one
doing it,
that
yeah.
I was not gonna do that. No.
Yeah.
Certain sets can become a pain, but it's not really too difficult. You do have to flip the set over to try to peel
Yeah.
the plate off.
Yeah.
So
So
It's
your
fun.
focus now, yeah.
I said it. You should try it with some of your castles and stuff. You make like a nice scene, make it a little bit bigger of a base.
But like what? What would you start? It'd have to be something small. I won't do it with
Well,
a lot of knights.
well, how about you do the when you do get the Creator 3-in-1, though, and you do that rebrickable for
Oh,
the
true. Yeah.
right? You could
Hmm.
put that onto a mill's plate. Pick the color, obviously, because you're gonna want grass or a dirt
Yes.
road, so you gotta have brown plate and green plate. So
Uh-huh. And that's something I haven't looked at actually, is some of the alternate builds for that one. I don't know if anybody, like if anyone in the chat has done any that are good or seen any on Rebrickable that are good. There were lots of good ones for the first one, but I haven't bought that Creator Castle yet because I was sort of waiting to see somebody with a lot of skill to design some alternate builds, see what they rolled out. Um, then I'll probably get a couple of them at some point.
I think we talked to Cynthia too, and oh, speaking of Cynthia, she's
Oh, Cynthia, that is really kind. Let's definitely highlight that. Cynthia says we all aspire to the balanced approach to the hobby that M has. Let's all sit with that for a minute. M doesn't have any money. That's the only thing driving my balanced approach. I buy or two sets at a time and I build them immediately. But yeah, I guess that's a pretty balanced approach. There's somewhere to put every set, that's for sure. So thank you, Cynthia. Give
no,
M
but
time and it'll all just
it was funny that Cynthia popped that message on, but we because Cynthia in one of the comments for one of our posts did mention that she is looking into getting rid of some of her stuff, but
Mhm.
she's trying to figure out her balance too.
Well, Cynthia has a lot of parts. Actually, Cynthia, you could open a Bricklink store. That was a suggestion that you had.
Pots.
Hats. Okay, so Team B says, we all wish we had the delusional meds Amazon. And that's also true. So it's good to be me. Team B. Don't ever change.
Don't ever
Oh,
change at all. Thank you.
oh gosh.
I'm just
Okay.
trying I'm just trying to figure out um if you were to like get too ahead of yourself with like sets, do you immediately start breaking them apart and then storing them? Like, what's the difference? So it's either do you collect or do you let go, or does collecting also mean maybe not displaying, but do you break down your set and
Mm,
like store it and label it and just kind of keep it tucked aside until maybe you get a bigger space or you hope to get a bigger space, and then if
yeah.
that never happens, then maybe you have to start looking at parting in. I think that's another struggle because you're like, well, I might not have the space now, but I won't open it. I'll put it aside. And I think that's what happened to me at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So,
So that's something that a lot of people do. I'm in a little castle group, castle chat. Um, the chat's called M and the Castle Dudes, and a lot of the castle dudes live in Europe, and they live in smaller homes, apartments and just smaller homes. So they do not have space, but they have big collections because a lot of them have been collecting since they were kids and they never had a dark ages. They kind of just kept accumulating as they could. So a lot of them talk about how they categorize and bag and store these Lego sets and kind of rotate them out, right? So take stuff off the shelf, bag it, store it. Yeah, exactly how Martin says. They have to break it down, store it as a bag set. And so that's a huge challenge, I think, right? If you're in kind of a smaller living situation like that, but you still want to rotate stuff out and display it. That'd be hard. That would be really tough. I would just feel sad for all those bagged sets. So,
it is
hey,
kind of, oh, you can,
I just popping Jean up. Hi, Jean. Jean says, I'm on replay about 30 minutes behind, but thanks for the shout out. Currently waist deep in purging still. Jean, I've been enjoying I love purging anything. I love it. I try to force my kids to do it all the time. And I just have really enjoyed seeing all the stuff you're getting rid of. It's super pleasing.
I know, but that's what kind of like sparked kind of. I think I sent you a message, be like, hey, I think we hit on this topic at one point. Like we were talking about doing an episode. I said this kind of sparked it to kind of come forward.
Okay, I like this. Oh, this is the motto. If I even think of getting rid of a set, I get rid of it now. That's what you got to do. Just move it right out of the room and it's
So
you're good to
basically, like
go.
Nike, just do it, right?
I love it. I love it. I do really like getting rid of stuff. I have a box, a donation box going all the time in the house. No one in my family enjoys that, but it is good for them. It's good for everybody to just put stuff in it.
Oh, this is pro level advice right here from Gene. Um,
Uh,
if I miss it once, I'm organized. I'll rebuy it.
yes, that's so true, but chances are you won't. You won't, you'll move on and it'll
Most
be
of the
for the
time. Yep.
best. That's great. That's good advice. Everybody should be taking notes. Um, and Cynthia's drowning. So Cynthia, just here's what you do. Maybe your husband has like a hobby room in the house, Cynthia. You can just put all the stuff you don't want in there for a while, and you won't look at it for a while, and then you'll be ready to part with it.
Out of
So
sight, out of
try that.
mind, right?
Yeah, out of your sight, which is most important. Oh gosh. But
It,
you did
it,
that. You stored stuff in a closet. Well, two closets actually, you just admitted. So now that it's out of sight,
well,
you can get rid of it. You can get
one
rid
of
of
them
it.
is sets that I know I'm going to build. The other is sets that I know that I'm probably not going to build. So I'm going to let that stay in there and then figure out what I'm going to do. I do know I will get rid of it at some point. Um, I just don't know how, right? Like
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to throw it up and just kind of do like, hey, this price you pay for shipping, or Facebook Marketplace, or like, I don't think I would ever want to go and just send it into like a Bricks and Minifig or like a Boston Brick Co. Because
hmm,
it kind of it always feel their business, they got to make money. It's kind of like, to me, like GameStop, like when you used to trade in a video game, you'd be like,
yeah,
I paid $60 for this. We'll give you 10.
yeah.
So
No, you're right. You're right. It's got to be worth your while, and it is work. It takes effort. I mean,
yeah,
we've all sold stuff in the marketplace. It's like you got to just go through it. Um, yeah, yeah, so it's tough. I don't know, but that is smart. So you organized it by there's a closet of stuff. You just don't have room in your Lego. Oh gosh, not this again.
go ahead.
Your
Which
your Lego room. And so, but you are going to build them, right? Like big things that you just
Well,
can't fit in there.
yes. So
Mhm.
what I have below is already
Mhm.
started. I take a few sets, I put them down here. Those are the ones that are in the queue to build. So that way
Okay.
I don't have to
Oh,
take up.
that's what's up next?
So that way I don't have to take up the rest of the space that's underneath here. I don't know if you can see
I
it.
don't see the Death
Sorry.
Star in there.
Well, no, because that's upstairs in the closet. So,
And the other closet is like, you don't know what you're going to do with it.
well, it's just the bins of the smaller sets and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Maybe I'll just open up my own Lego store, resale
Hey,
store. No,
sure.
I'm just kidding.
Cynthia
I'm
can open
kidding.
a parts store. You can open up your set store, and then you guys can just make a bunch of money. Put it
That's
back
just
into
gonna,
new Lego sets.
yeah, pretty much, or
Yeah,
pots, So,
yeah,
but I, gue- I
I know.
guess it's always, you got to do what's right for you, and sometimes purging or cleaning or getting rid of what's there is Lego Team B. Um, I don't know. It's just kind of it's like a zen, I guess. It's kind of like a weight off your shoulder, I think.
Yeah. Did you ever think when you first got your first set or a couple sets, did you ever think you would be here with the hobby?
No, sometimes I sit in the Lego room
Mm.
and I just kind of stare at some of the sets and I'm just like, how did I go from you
Mhm.
to you
Yeah.
to you,
Yeah.
you know? Um, but at the same time, you got to think it was therapeutic for me.
Yes.
It helped me at certain times de-stress, unwind, forget about stuff, and I think that's more of the value too behind the hobby. It's the
Yeah.
enjoyment, it's the therapeutic side. It's well, if I didn't get this deep into Lego, I wouldn't have gotten deep into the community like this, and you
Mhm.
know, it's nice our friends out here and everybody who supports us and is in the hobby. It's like we're in this together, and it's just nice. So,
I agree that that was such a bonus to discover through this hobby. And I feel thankful. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of non-Lego friends that hype me up in what I'm doing because I often downplay it. I often just kind of like joke that I have this little hobby and it's silly. And I have a lot of friends that are like, it's amazing. It looks really fun. It looks like it is therapeutic, definitely. A lot of people in the community talk about that. And there's the cost of the set, but there's all the value brought in, like the build experience, and just doing stuff like this, right? Like just everything that you get to be a part of. I mean, it's I definitely didn't see this happening, to get to this point.
what being on the Hidden Bricks and
Yeah, that's right.
co-hosting with me?
Can't go any higher than that, just to be on the bricks. Um, oh, that's nice. Oh, wait, never mind. I kind of read that wrong. Let's try to read this properly, Frank. I was not prepared for the rest of the family to now be into Lego. That's making me sell sets. Well, that was a feel-good thought and then maybe not.
That was a nice
Um,
Pikachu set they and Eevee set.
yeah.
Was that for you or was that for the kids? That's
I
what we got
mean,
to know.
it's always for us, and like, if you rope the kids in, it makes more sense and it feels more justifiable. Joel says, "Amen, M. Thank you." Um, yeah, no, I didn't see it coming. Um, but yeah, just like what a great part of our lives now to just be doing all this. And I agree with this,
Yep, I do
Jedi
too.
Brickman. This is a big one. Some people hate it. I mean, some people really don't want to do it. Greg was joking
Well,
about paying his nieces and nephews to sort Lego for him, but I do enjoy doing this. Sort and pab, organizing it. Do you like that too?
I do. The PAB stuff is good. Now, the bulk Lego that I have in a bin that is just a mess of different things. Like at the PAB wall, you're packing your boxes, so
Yeah.
it can get full. But there's some organization. You dump the box, you could separate it and stuff. Um, with the big organizing, like the big bin that you have to organize through, I have to get the kind of the sifter out,
Oh, there
put
you
the
go. You got
pieces
a little
in,
sifter.
shake it. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little 3D printed one. It's nice. You, you should take my word for it and 3D print your own.
Oh,
It works.
yeah, that's
It works.
good. You should
It
send me
works
the
well.
file for it. That's a
I
good
will send you
idea.
the file. I will.
But I don't really actually have a huge bin of loose Lego
Eventually
to
you
do
will.
that. Oh, you
Cynthia,
think
just
so?
send her one bin of regular unsorted Lego. She finds it therapeutic,
Hmm.
and it'll give her some pots. So
Cynthia and I are going to get together. As soon as that mountain pass is safe, Cynthia is going to drive down, I assume. Or I guess I could drive up there. Uh, yeah, I don't have a big bin. Um, what did Frank say? Oh boy. Oh, okay. So Frank's got his whole thing is Harry Potter, and his son has taken one whole section of the Lego room for Minecraft. Oh, really?
I mean, that
Yeah,
goes with Harry Potter. So,
doesn't go with anything.
pot, Potter,
Otter. It's a
Potter.
hard R.
How do we say it?
Uh, so he has a lot of Minecraft sets, eh? Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot. There's a lot of those. But that's generous of you. Well, it is hard, I think, because you have to share with your kids too, right, Mav? Or maybe just your youngest. I
Well,
can't have my Lego shed the way I want it entirely.
not not any of the space. I mean, he'll my son will come down and build, but
Hmm.
he also has a plethora of space in his room. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he mostly likes to do the creative build. Like any set that we've gotten him, he just decided to take it apart, build it, plays with it a little bit, takes it all apart. But I guess that's the beauty of Lego. And then he'll just have this big mess of parts, and he just builds his
Yeah.
own thing. He recently saw me build a Mills plate, and he started converting all of his base plates into Mills plates just so he
Oh,
can
cool.
build stuff on them.
It's neat.
So,
Yeah.
and then I
I watch
started
what we
showing
do.
him if you take the plates off, now you have a hole. You could put blue bricks in here and stuff and make a nice little pond or pool, or you can make a cliff that goes down. So now he's doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that is fun.
So
Yeah.
that's what's good about it.
Yeah. Yeah, my kids are in the space a lot, so it is messy. There's kind of a whole section. They just always have stuff on this big carpet there. And they always want like my special parts that are in like little drawers that I try not to let them have, but
Or the panic mode hits when you're doing a build, and then all of a sudden I can't find this piece. What is this piece?
oh yeah, they've definitely taken my pieces from like mid-build. I didn't like that. I didn't care for that. Oh yeah.
Hey,
And
hey,
yeah, family build nights, that's another thing. That sounds super fun. Yeah, mine's mainly me and the kids in my Lego room with Lord of the Rings going. So they know that movie pretty well, those movies pretty well.
I don't know how you build with Lord of the Ring. You're probably just saying all the lines while building, and
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely I am. It's hard. It's very
you
distracting.
shall not pass.
Yeah, I made a reel that I'm going to post tomorrow that made me cry editing it because it was about my kids in the Lego space.
Oh, so
So
you
as
got
much
you
as I
got
complain,
you got a reel lined up. I have a
got
reel
a reel
lined
lined
up.
up. Oh, very good.
It's gonna
Be a reel off.
it's gonna be a. I'm not repeating that. Um,
Oh, yeah. So, okay, so you didn't commit to selling anything. That's fine.
well, I didn't commit, but I made what? Let me say it the way you say it. Progress, right?
Yeah, that is how I say it. What
You
do you
say
say?
progress,
Oh, progress. Okay. Progress. Yeah.
progress. You say progress.
Yeah, I do say progress. That's true. So
I
yeah,
say
progress. Well, yeah, you did
progress.
make progress with your room because I think it was too full, right?
It was, but that wasn't even with display. I was using a lot of the
Yeah.
shelf space for the backlog because at one point I was trying to, I was trying to utilize the closet for what it was meant for, not Lego.
Yep. Hmm.
That didn't work out too well. But then there was a shift, and the space became available again, and I'm like, oh, let me put a down payment on the rent over there. So I'm gonna be moving in like 2 weeks, so give me some time.
So, what is your vision at this point? Because you kind of reorged a little bit in there. I know you used to have a perimeter city, and you pointed out last time that that's changed a little bit. You're working on your city,
Hmm.
and how has your vision for your display in there evolved now with the rest of the room? What are you focusing on as for displaying now?
Just like I said, I've always wanted more of a display room. I wish I could have two separate rooms, one for display and one for play. Is kind of what you would say, um, meaning the city. the city would be in there,
Oh, the
or the
city is in
build.
the playroom?
Well, it's not play like what your kids are doing, like meaning like building and
Oh, like all your parts and stuff.
and the city technically when you're building it and you're
Mhm.
doing, it's a display piece, but it's also Lego, so
Gotcha.
you could play in the city or make stories and stuff. So
So, so what it sounds like to me is I should get a second shed, right, for
you should just
building
make
and for
a big warehouse on the property. That's it. Just instead of doing that, just expand on the shed and just make one big, like, I don't know, one floor ranch that has like that's just open,
yes,
just
yeah,
open.
yeah. And you would do your building in there and maybe display everything. That's what Cynthia needs. Cynthia, you deserve a shed, another house or building or something for all your parts.
Oh
Um,
yeah, the pirate. You could convert the pirate ship
oh
into
yeah.
another.
Well, there's no power out there. We have a giant pirate ship for anyone listening and confused. Giant pirate ship that we built for the kids during COVID. So
Well, I think they would be a little bit confused because we're communicating to the chat, and they
I
don't even
know,
know. They don't even
I
know.
know.
We should be reading out the. We
Well,
apologize
Wayne
about that.
said, yeah,
We'll
Wayne
get
said a
we'll get
pirate
we'll get
ship.
better at that.
I think we are getting better this episode, but we're not perfect. So,
I think
um,
give us till episode 5 when we really got it lined lined up and into a
yeah, you'll
rhythm.
be blown away by episode 5.
Episode 5, you're gonna still have us like this, and everybody's gonna be like, "See, I told
I
you
don't know what
about
they're doing.
what are they doing, amateurs."
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I'm focusing on, well, so I have all my shelves behind me. When I redid that space and when I moved out to the shed, I got all those shelves, the ones that fell on me, and I wanted those to be my like content shelves, right? Basically, like if I'm filming reels and stuff, or I'm doing a build, they're behind me, and they have like my most favorite sets on them. That's the theme of those shelves, and there's sets that are getting demoted, right, at this point as new ones come in. But the other side of the room has a whole bunch of shelves too, and I'm not sure what to do there. I know, Mav, you've kind of wanted to do like themes, right? Shelves that house a specific theme, like maybe Star Wars shelves or maybe
As best as
medieval
I
or Lord of the
can.
Rings. Yeah, yeah.
As best as I
Um,
can, because eventually I'm gonna run out of some space. And but yeah, like there's one shelf that I want to kind of like keep, like, I don't know, you can see a little bit of the wicked bricks, a wicked brick display. That's
oh,
for
for
the
the pirates? Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
for well, I'm gonna say it, the Black Pearl, but
Black Pearl, say it.
Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, whatever.
Mhm.
Um, and then I got El Dorado Fortress. I want to
Mm.
put. I had a space for Tortuga if I ever do get it.
You
Or like,
do? Do you know how big that set is?
yeah,
It won't fit on there.
yeah, well,
That's a Billy?
I'll make it fit.
Let's dedicate an episode to watching that.
You can modify Lego. You don't need to
Now
have it.
listen. Oh, you'll just display half of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's one approach. I don't have a shelf for Tortuga. I gotta
Or I
buy
could just
another shelf.
or I could just cut right through it.
Sure. Just merge two Billies, right?
I'm
No, I
kidding.
don't have a place for Tortuga. It's on my coffee table. I have to like buy another shelf and hope it doesn't fall on me, and then I'll put Tortuga on the very top of that.
Well, yeah, I think that's the only thing that I wish I had was just with the Billy shelves. I have a decent amount of space. I think it's like
Huh?
about like 11 inches all the way around, like the top, from the top of the Billy to the top of the ceiling. If it was just at 15, I probably could put some of the bigger sets up there.
Mm, yeah.
But
That's true. I have a very high roof. I could put something at the top.
you have a lot. You can actually display your shelves and then
Okay.
figure out a nice long plank or shelf that you can hang right above it, and then put some of the bigger sets that maybe you're not gonna really move around too much up there.
Or it feels like you wouldn't be able to see them very well. I don't know.
Oh,
I'd
you'll
play
see
around with
them.
that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's not a terrible idea.
Use the
So,
space you have.
yeah, that's true. Well, so yeah, on my whole other wall, I would like to kind of create some more themed sets. What's Jean doing? Jean's got more wisdom and pounds of Lego. Jean says I just gave away like 15 pounds, maybe more of bulk Lego that I was just never going to sort. That's fair. I wouldn't need it. 15 pounds. Wow. It's worth more to me that it's gone than any monetary value I could have gotten from it. And this is some Marie Kondo stuff I love to hear. This
She
is
is
beautiful.
she's just 8 minutes behind. So
You can fast forward, Jean. It's okay if you need to. Um, that's true, though, right? Because clutter sometimes makes you feel stressed, and not having space. And sometimes,
it does. So like to her point, I had a coworker like, "Oh, you're into Lego, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And then the next day brings in 2 bags of just bulk Lego.
oh,
But they
wow,
but they were from older sets. So
really?
I was like, "Oh, I'm intrigued to go through and see the parts." I see like tile pieces of like
Castle? Was there castle in
other
there?
mostly older pirate, a lot of hulls and stuff. So I don't know if there's some classic pirate sets in there, but to her point, I'm like stressing trying to go through it, like thinking about going through it. I'm like, there's also some non-Lego stuff in there. So I don't know. It could be whatever. It's got to
Yeah,
get cleaned. What am I gonna
that's a lot
do?
of work. I know.
It,
We could sell it as is.
so,
Just cut your
so as
losses.
going once, going twice.
Yeah, just take it. Does anybody in the chat want a bunch of random bits and some
I'll
old
send
pirate
it. I'll
Lego?
just put it in a U-Haul box and where's it going? I'll weigh it and just pay for the shipping. I'll send it.
Mm,
Could be some good finds in there because there was like, I definitely know that it was one of the definitely the hull of an older pirate ship. So um,
yeah, well, that appeals to me a little bit now. And okay. Oh, hello, Brick Dad Builds. I actually didn't realize you were in here. My build room is segregated, display themed and streaming area. Oh, I like that. Then 3 play build benches. Kids build in my room too. Love that. The separate craft area around the corner. It really does make sense to divide up if you can, right? Wherever possible and you have space because, yeah, as your hobby expands, you really do use it for different things, right?
yep.
So I like that. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, like for instance, your streaming or your podcast area is not
Mhm.
in your Lego room, right? So you've
No.
created space. Now, what you can't see is I have my dual monitor set up, the
Yeah.
lights. I don't have I this section could have more shelves, but instead I'm using it for like a build table slash, podcast slash live kind of
Yeah.
area. And then I don't really have like much of a play area, more of display and, well, I guess the city is the play area. But so,
Yeah. Well, it was nice to have this space. I am thinking about what other spaces I could claim or create.
yeah, I think what you should do is you should create your own faction and have a
Go
flag, and then
on.
every time that you
Oh,
want to claim something, you just put the flag in the room that you want to claim it, and it's been dubbed.
that would be easy enough. I have a logo. Just get that
Yeah, just use your
Brick
logo,
logo on
the
there.
Brick Maiden.
Hmm.
It'll just be like
Sure.
claimed.
The space
You
will be
should
under
just.
construction soon.
She's gonna walk over to her neighbor's house and just put a flag right on their shed. Claimed.
Hey, there's lots of room for many sheds. I mean, I could keep going with this, but it does feel crazy. Well, I don't know. It won't feel crazy at some point. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I know this is a hard one. Everybody deals with it differently.
So we don't
Um,
have the right answer. It kind of
no,
depends on uh, kind of like your need or like how you're feeling. Just like we've heard from Jean, her purging of this stuff is more of a like a freedom, right? So it's like I'm
Mhm.
never gonna use it. I'm not. If I was thinking about getting rid of it, I got rid of it, and now bulk Lego too. It's like a weight lifted sometimes. I feel
Yeah.
like okay, I'm gonna do a reference and you'll like this reference. It's gonna be like kind of like when you get too deep into the hobby sometimes with Lego, and you have that many sets that you haven't built or you can't display, and they're just sitting there. It's kind of like Frodo wearing the One Ring.
Mhm.
It creates a heavy burden on the bearer.
But does it? Well, that's interesting because I didn't think that would ever be the case for somebody with a backlog, which I, of course, cannot
I
relate
mean,
to.
well, listen, I got plenty. I'll send you some Star Wars sets. No problem. You don't even have to pay for them. Just I'll just ship them, and then you
Oh,
can
I guess
just
I could give them to my kids. I do like Star Wars now, but not enough to. I can't go down that road with the sets. Just watch the movies.
Can I just say I'm proud of you that you've watched the movies and
Yes.
that you're watching Rogue One, and
Oh, I'm
then
watching Andor season
oh
2 and then Rogue One. Yeah.
yeah, Andor
Yeah.
season 2, and then you're gonna watch Rogue One, and you're
Mhm.
doing it in the correct order.
Thank
Um,
you. Well, thank you. I'm proud of me too. That was exciting to expand on. But yeah, but that surprises me to hear you say that. I truly thought that having a backlog only gave you people joy. I didn't think it could ever feel like a burden in any way. That's interesting. Do you think a lot of people feel like that?
I don't know.
Curious.
I think yeah. Maybe that should be like a poll or
Mhm.
something that
Yeah.
they can comment on if you're in here.
Yeah.
After the live, just go back onto the channel and leave a comment, and we'll read it or leave it on our socials. We'd be
Yeah.
curious to see everyone's take on it. So,
I know people sometimes feel apologetic for it, like people who I've interacted with who have talked about having, maybe 100 sets or something like a lot of sets in their backlog, right? Um, and I get how it happens. If you don't have the space, but you have the money and you don't want to miss out, you're gonna get the stuff and secure it, right? But I have heard people feel like maybe a bit embarrassed, which you shouldn't be. I mean, a collection is a collection, and if it brings you joy, um, there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, I've heard
mhm.
people say, okay, now this is interesting. Team B has one. I never thought of this take. This is surprising to me. When finances get tight, a backlog can be a source of serious regret. That's interesting, Team B. Because yeah, I guess you can hit a tough time financially and maybe feel like, ooh.
So kind of like an unbuilt Death Star sitting in the closet, and then you hit um, getting financially tight, and then you're like, oh, why did I do
Yeah,
that? I could see how that can happen.
sure. Yeah, I could see that too. Yeah.
But just remember, this is a hobby, and this is supposed to be fun, calming, relaxing, something that you enjoy. You don't necessarily need to go out and get the biggest and greatest set. I know everybody
Hmm.
wants to. I know I do. I know you do.
Hmm.
Um, Sometimes I do. Sometimes I wait. But if you can do it, go ahead. If you want to have that backlog, go ahead. But remember, you're in here to enjoy. You're getting Lego just to have fun. That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
just a disconnect with the daily grind. It's something that you could just build, relax, geek out over. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Contributes to just, like self-care and your mental health and all that kind of stuff too. But it is interesting. Brick Dad Build said a similar thing here too. Having it feels sometimes like a burden or it sometimes feels overwhelming. Not having the time, and that's another big one because a lot of us kind of in the same stage of life,
Yep.
how do you carve out time for a 20-hour build? I mean, I'm trying to
Especially
build Outlaw
when you
Forest
travel,
Den.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you do some travel and it takes you away. And I've been building that set in like little incremental, sometimes like an hour here, 2 hours there. Still enjoyable, but not how I would want to do it if I had all the time in the world. So, And well, let's just see some other wisdom here from Marie Kondo herself. I like that. I don't just want it. Jean says, I don't want just a ton of rinky-dink sets on the shelf. I want the display to look nice, and that influences me too.
Yep. I
That is
think
big for me. Yeah. And we talked about a
that's
little bit earlier in the episode too, right? Yeah. Like you want the displays to look good.
yeah,
And
and actually, there's some smaller display sets that are on
mhm.
the shelf from Star Wars that I'm giving to my son. I'm just gonna let him
Yeah.
play with them and whatever. It's hard to display. It really is.
Yeah.
Those smaller sets, they're cool. They're fun. They're fun little builds, but displaying them it's just tough. But again, just do what makes you happy. That's the biggest thing.
Yes.
And
Yeah, it's true.
don't stress at all. Hey, she's caught up.
Well
Congratulations.
done. You did. That's impressive. Thank
That
you.
is. That is. On double time. I wonder what we looked like on double time.
Oh yeah. I was even more chaotic, I'm sure. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. No, good. Good and relevant.
Well,
And it'll change again.
it always changes. That's another thing. Everything changes, right?
Yeah.
We always curate to what we're kind of what we're collecting at the time. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah.
well,
Oh,
that's
Jean
fine. You
had
can
us in her pocket. Yeah,
listen.
that's
You
okay.
got a preview of what the podcast is going to sound like. So,
Yeah. It sound fine.
congrats. Were we okay? Like, give us on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain?
Did you rate your pain? The Hidden Bricks, House of Pain.
Well, that no, it was more like Baymax reference, but I don't know if you've seen Baymax. Big Hero
No, I
6.
haven't.
You gotta watch it. Kids will like
Should
it.
I?
Yeah, Big Hero 6.
I know. I got a lot of movies to watch. Let's just put that on the list here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
10 out of 10 good talks. Thank you, Jean.
Well, I
That's good
should
to
say
know.
thank you, M, because since M was probably carrying the show today.
I think that's true. I say a lot of silly things that we could probably edit out, but we're not going to.
No, we like it raw. This is uncut. This is uncut.
Yeah. Mhm.
So,
Yeah, you get what you get.
and you don't get upset, right?
I don't know. I do sometimes.
Well,
Oh, good.
I think we got this topic pretty good. Is
Yeah, we
there
did. Yeah.
anything closing you want to say before we wrap it up here?
No, I don't think so. Just
No.
remember we are experts. So, save this video for later and refer back to it. I'm just kidding.
We're experts. Just if you're looking for expert advice in the Lego community, please reach out to brick.maiden. That is brick.maiden on Instagram. You can DM her, or you can just send an email to the Hidden Bricks.
We'll tell you anything.
This is when you put
And
like the
yeah,
small letter in. There's little consent form.
yeah,
So
we don't need any of this. And yeah, like Mav and I are thinking of, lots of fun, relevant topics for each Friday. But if there's anything that you'd like to hear our perspective on, you can let us know that as well.
yes, please
Or
do.
anything that you just think would be fun.
Your insight is key because you guys might want to have a topic that we might have even thought of. Like, Gene, thank you so much for the topic of this episode. I know you didn't know you were giving us the topic for this episode, but it was great.
Mhm.
So again,
Yeah.
if you're already in the stream right now and you haven't already, just give us a thumbs up and make sure you ring that bell if you want to continue to get notifications when we go live. Yeah, and this will be airing as a podcast on Apple and Spotify. Probably within the next 24 hours. I got to do some cut and editing with it.
Yeah,
So,
and available for replay here later on.
Yes, the replay. I think
Mhm.
most people call it replay gang. So if you want to be part of the
I like that
replay
term.
gang,
Yeah,
that'd be nice. The
that's fun. I
hidden
like
bricks replay game. Gang. Game. I can't talk.
that.
So
Very good. Well, thanks everyone for coming.
we appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time here on the hidden bricks.
Good night.
And have a good night.